I don't know about you guys, but yesterday I was almost depressed. Like, I was just thinking to myself, man, that The Last of Us remake gameplay that got leaked looks bad. And it looked really bad in the sense that the graphics looked a little bit updated, but it did not look drastically different. The gameplay itself, the animations, the AI, the enemy AI, the buddy AI, oh my god, were just horrible. And I was just thinking to myself, look, if I have to make an excuse for this looks like a developer is probably testing it out. They're playing it in the lowest difficulty, or probably the person that hacked it is just making it look as bad as possible, because there's just no way this is the gameplay of the fucking remake, that this is going to be what we're going to get in the actual remake. Like, that's gonna be the final build. Again, the animations, dude, were so bad in the sense that it just looked like the damn remaster, dude. I could not believe what I was seeing. I was losing my mind. The whole community was losing their minds, because we were thinking to ourselves, dude, this is Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog don't do games like this, bro. If they're gonna push out a game, it's going to be the best in quality. It's going to be the best in class. And this does not look anywhere near like the best in class. And it was literally looking like the biggest L of the year, and probably one of the worst products Naughty Dog has ever pushed out, because they never half-arse their fucking games. They always try to do 100% in their games. And this just looked like meh. Right? And I was just, dude, I was so sad. I was so sad. And I was even saying in my video yesterday that, look, man, if these leaks do not represent The Last of Us remake, you have to make a video pronto, explaining to us, specifying to us the visuals, everything about the improvements to the gameplay, to the AI, to all of the things that you promised about The Last of Us remake. Because if you guys don't and stay silent, it's going to be game over. It is just going to be game over. If Naughty Dog was just silent and didn't say anything, the narrative that the gameplay that we saw for the leaks were just the final build, and it was going to be like that, and the hype was just going to go down, and everybody was going to lose their faith in Naughty Dog. I'm sorry, but that was going to happen. It was going to happen. But it looks like Naughty Dog just proved us wrong. It proved all the doubters wrong. It made me look like a fool. It made every single person that doubted Naughty Dog look like a fool. And I'm happy that that happened with the 11-minute video that they just pushed out right now, talking about the visuals, the enhancements to the gameplay, enhancements to the AI. And you know what? Most of my concerns are gone. Most of them. Not all of them. We're going to talk about my concerns, of course, in this video, but most of my concerns are gone. And especially my concerns, like my number one concern was the AI. Because I don't know if you guys know, and if you guys did see the leaked videos, Jesus Christ, the AI was bad. Like Ellie running around like a headless chicken, build the same. And it's just like, dude, what the hell is happening? What the hell is happening, dude? And we were just like, nah. So I'm very happy that they actually, in the video they were explaining that they actually went in like a deep dive in what they did with the AI. They're making it look even more intelligent than what we got in The Last of Us Part 2, which is great. They are making the enemies, you know, move in more realistic ways. Ellie, for example, the buddy AI system, let's say she is covering herself and that there's an enemy coming through, right? They're looking for you, for Joel, right? And then Ellie is, you know, seeing that person coming very close, she would move realistically to a side and would not just be in front of the enemy, and the enemy would be like, oh, you know, just acting like he didn't see anything. Like, it would feel way more realistic, and that is pretty good. With what I was saying, they really did an improvement on the AI, and I'm so glad that is the case, because that was my number one concern. I was just thinking to myself, dude, I cannot believe Naughty Dog did not touch the AI, and they actually did. They improved it, and it's actually even better than in The Last of Us Part 2, probably slightly better, but it looks better, and it looks promising, dude. I really cannot wait to actually test it out on the higher difficulties, because I know for a fact that's going to be the best experience. You know, when you're doing a Survivor or Grounded, that is the best gameplay experience you're going to have, 100%. That's how I played The Last of Us Part 2, either Survivor or Grounded. There's no other way to play the game. You have to play it on that difficulty to actually feel the tension when you're playing. It honestly just feels very grounded when you play it on those difficulties. So I'm really happy that those concerns are gone. And I'm very happy that one of my biggest concerns, and I think one of the biggest concerns of the whole community, is that if Joel was going to be the same clunky mess that we saw in the remaster or in the PlayStation 3 version. And actually, to my surprise, after watching the features and gameplay trailer that they just released, the 11-minute video, I rewatched it again, And I actually found out, well, all of us should know if we watched the whole thing, but I don't know how I almost missed this. They were actually talking about how they added new animations, so many new animations to, the playable character, in this case Joel, the NPCs, the buddies, which would be, Henry, Sam, Tess, or even Ellie, and just we'll see new animations that is going to be looking way more realistic. It's going to feel more realistic, and in that case, and that is 100% making me assume that if I'm controlling Joel, he is probably going to feel as fluid as, let's say, Abby did in The Last of Us Part 2. And I guess, look, I can't explain it as well as they did, so I'm just going to show you guys exactly what they meant, and I guess you guys judge for yourselves.
Another big enhancement to the gameplay is that we have this technology called motion matching. Motion matching is this technology that's basically using logic that tries to match the desired movement to a bucket of hundreds of animations. A mocapped actor has gone in and run this whole gauntlet of movements to get a really full set of all the different ways a person can move, and then it's basically every frame trying to find the best matching animation that fits the path of where the character is going to go. And this motion model just gives this really seamless sense of transition. The player's movement is just a lot cleaner. It's this really smooth, organic movement through the space.
And with that right there, it kind of just solidifies that they actually did a lot of changes to the gameplay itself, to the way Joel moves, which honestly for me was one of my biggest concerns. I thought he was going to still move like a truck and just, be clunky as hell, just like in the remaster version, the PlayStation 3 version. And honestly, man, I'm just happy that they actually are trying to change the experience for the better. They're adding new animations. They're trying to make the movements of the characters you're going to control, or the NPCs, or your buddies, like for example, Henry, Sam, or Ellie, to move more realistic, to have better AI, and to just make the experience feel way more grounded and way more realistic, and probably just a little bit better than what we saw in The Last of Us Part 2, or probably on par with The Last of Us Part 2. And yeah, it is a shame that there's no mention of the dodge system. There's no mention of the prone, mechanics, because, well, I don't think they really expanded on the level design. It's basically the same with just, way better graphics, way better environments. So I guess I understand why they didn't put the prone mechanics there, but I'm still kind of, iffy on the dodge system. Why is there no dodge mechanics? I feel like if the enemies are as smart as The Last of Us Part 2 enemies, or probably even smarter with the new AI they're implementing in The Last of Us Remake, then I feel like there's no excuse to not put a dodge system. Joel was dodging left, right, and center when we were in one of the flashback scenes in The Last of Us Part 2, in the bloater with, in the hotel, in one of those flashback scenes. So I don't understand why we can't have Joel dodging here. I feel like we should have that, but it looks like it's just not going to be in the game. And one way to kind of prove it is this screenshot that was leaked, where we see the controller settings and we don't see the dodge mechanic anywhere. And it is a big shame that it's just not going to be the game. And now more that we know that the AI, the NPCs, the enemy AI is going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to be very smart, probably even more smarter than in The Last of Us Part 2. And if that is the case, it is a big missed opportunity to not have the dodge mechanic. And honestly, man, it's just sad that that is the case, and that I can't enjoy the dodge system here in The Last of Us Part 1, because in The Last of Us Part 2 it's so much fun, and it makes the experience way more immersive, just way more fun, to be honest with you. And it's something that it's going to be a big miss for this remake, and it's very disappointing, to be honest with you guys. And you know what, I guess this just kind of goes to the conversation, is this game worth $70? Because look, there's a few things missing, like the multiplayer is missing, and there's a few features from The Last of Us Part 2 that are going to be missing. Is this even worth $70? Let me be really honest with you guys, no game in history is worth $70. Not the remake, no PlayStation 5 game, no Xbox game at this moment, and probably in the future is ever going to be worth $70. This remake, I'm going to be completely honest, is probably worth $40, because this game has 3 releases already, and I don't believe this game deserves to be placed on the $70 mark. Not at all. I mean, no game is worth $70 in my opinion. So, and this remake is just not going to get there, and it's a shame that they're doing this. They're putting it for $70. There's a lot of people that don't believe it's worth it. And, man, I understand why there's people frustrated with this, because that's a lot of money for a remake. And, man, I don't know what more to say in that aspect. I completely agree. But if we're just going to talk about the game itself, Is it looking good? Is it looking way better than what the leaks promoted it to be? Yes, 100% yes. The graphics look amazing. It looks like the gameplay is actually more advanced than we were really thought. And whoever was playing that demo or that leak that was leaked, man, that person either tried to make it look as weak as possible and just represent the game as bad as possible, or again, it could have just been a test from a developer. I don't know. But wow, there is a difference in what Naughty Dog has shown to what we see in the leaks, to be honest with you. So at least I'm happy about that. And yeah, man, I'm happy. Not extremely like blown away, of course. I don't think I'm like $70 blown away. I don't really think so. I mean, at the end of the day, no game is really worth $70. And I feel like if you don't think this game is worth $70, which in my opinion is not, I think it's worth around like $40, to be honest with you, because it's the third release for The Last of Us. So, I mean, you gotta vote with your wallet. In this case, I have to buy it because I'm going to make a review for it. But to be honest, I will probably wait for a sale later on because I could live without it for a bit until I see a good, price drop on it, and I'll get it for cheaper. But that's basically all of you guys' decision if you think it's worth it day one or if you think it's worth it later on, or probably never. I mean, it's just your decision at the end of the day. But I don't really want to get too much into the $70 price tag because we all know no game is really worth $70. So we're gonna move on from that. I just feel that at least the game itself, they're explaining the changes they've done with the AI. They're explaining the changes they did with the gameplay. And I honestly cannot wait to actually try it out and actually see the changes that they did. And hopefully it's way better than the actual remaster. And that's all I can expect for now. And of course, the graphics look absolutely amazing. So I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. Do you guys think, I'll put the question out there again. Do you think this game is worth $70? And if not, let me know the price tag you think it's worth. And are you excited for this game? Do you think what Naughty Dog showed us in these videos, all the changes that they have done, all the things that they implemented, where they actually did not lie. They actually showcased everything they, put in the game. So at least we know Naughty Dog did not lie and that they did everything they could to make the experience of The Last of Us Remake the definitive version and way to play this masterpiece. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Remember to like and subscribe and to hit that notification bell to get notified of my future videos, because in the next week or probably this week, I am going to release my The Walking Dead Season 1 in-depth video, and hopefully you guys enjoy that. Endure and survive, my friends. I love every single one of you guys, and I'll see you guys very soon with the next video. Take care.